Hey guys, Andre here, and I think I found an idea for my first YouTube video. While browsing the League of Legends subreddit this morning, I found a cool video from the popular YouTuber Vanreal where he plays as two different characters at the same time. I thought this was a really interesting idea, and while scrolling through the comments, Reddit user Joseph Bestwick97 mentioned an improvement where a person could play as two characters on one computer instead of two, by mirroring mouse and keyboard events on another computer. After giving it some thought, I realized this wouldn't be too hard to pull off, and the result would be really awesome. I left a comment saying I'd work on it later tonight, and a couple hours later, here I am. I haven't started coding anything yet, but if you'd like to see my code, I've created a GitHub repository that I'll have linked in the description below along with Vanreal's original video. For this project, I'll be using Python as my language of choice. I originally considered using AutoHotkey as my programming language, however, I don't have any experience in AutoHotkey networking, and I'm also not very confident in the language's networking stack. I considered using C++ since I really enjoy working with lower level languages, however, the performance gains would either be negligible or unimportant, and it would take much longer to complete this project. Lastly, Python is probably one of the best, if not the best, for simple networking. And it has really easy access to mouse and keyboard controls because of its simple support for the Win32 API. I've just about completed the minimum amount of code to test networking communications, and I'm using a server-client structure to send mouse and keyboard data from the server to the client so that its actions can be mirrored. So let's start up the server. Okay, looks good. And have the client connect. Okay, there we go. So what's happening here is that the server is just sending its current time to the client. And although this is only happening on localhost, it could be happening over the internet or probably just over local access network. So yeah, that is up and running. I'll try to get the keyboard and mouse data to work next. I've just finished implementing the keyboard and mouse data collection, and as you can see here on the client output, I'm successfully able to send the mouse position as well as a few key states over the network. So these first two numbers here are the X and Y positions of the mouse, or of the cursor, and right now you can see X is in 2000 because this is actually on my third monitor to the right. The next few numbers, the string of zeros, are actually key states that I'm keeping track of. Now these key states are defined here. So left button control, or left mouse button, left control, F1 through to F6. So if you look at the zeros, you'll see when I click or hold down my left mouse button that it turns into a 1, and when I let go, it turns into 0. Similarly, if I press left control, it'll turn into a 1, and then F1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will change the other key states. And I'm going to use this to send the key states over to the client system and mirror the server's mouse and keyboard events. Okay, it's been about an hour now since I've started working on this, and I should have all the base functionality complete. So first off, I'm just going to be describing how this works. So there is poll keys, and these are the keys that are checked on the server system, and then they're sent over to the client system, and then translated to the target keys. Translated to the target keys here. And these are what's pressed down on the target system. So if you don't want a one-to-one mapping from server to client, you can change the mapping right here. The way I'm doing all the key presses is using the Win32 API as well. And that is all done over here. I basically just change the key state and keep track of previous key states. And if there's a difference in the key states, I just send the action over here. It's commented out right now since the client and the server is basically the same system right now since I'm just doing local hosting. So it would definitely mess up my system if I tried running both of these at the same time, the client and server on the same computer. So let's try running this with this stuff commented out right now. I just have a few debug messages to make it easier for you guys to see. Okay, so server's up and running. Now let's run the client. Okay, and you can see already, when I click, left mouse button down, 2 is down, 0 is up, by the way. And then right now I have the F1 to F6 keys as my polling keys, and they're being translated to Q, W, E, R, D, and F. So F1, key Q down, key Q up, down, up. Oh, I pressed both of them first. E down, E up, R down, R up, D down, D up, F down, F up. There we go. Let's see if I can manage to get this working on 2 separate computers so we can see the final product. This is a setup that I've been using for testing so far. The 2 monitors on the right belong to the server system, while the monitor on the left and the laptop is the client system. So this is just a quick demo for now. I have the server open here and the client open on the left side. And as you can see, the mouse movement on the server system is being mirrored on the client system. The mouse on the client is a lot less smooth than the mouse on the system, and that's just a result of the networking issues that I have right now. And I took a very naive approach to actually sending the mouse data over the network. So here I'm just going to be taking you through the process on how to use it in an actual game. Here I have both the client and the server in a lobby right now. I'm gonna start the match. Just pick Caitlin, the server, and of course Yuumi on the client. So as it starts up, lock in, you can notice that I'm only going to be using this main keyboard and mouse. But for some stuff like purchasing in the shop, it's probably best to use the other system's keyboard and mouse, since I'm only mirroring a few of the keys and I'm only mirroring the left mouse button. So now that we're in loading screen, I'm actually going to start up the mirroring system. So just Alt-Tab for now. Start the server here. So here you can see KMM server started. And then here on the left side, I am going to Alt-Tab as well. And then here I'm going to start the client. And you can see here, KMM successfully connected to server. So I'm just going to move this down here. And I'm actually controlling this mouse right here using my main system mouse. I'm just going to move this over here for now. Oops, it's fine. I'm going to Alt-Tab back into the game. Please. Just click here. And then on the main system, I am also going to go back to game. And now you should see that both characters are being controlled by, or both cursors are being controlled by the server mouse. So what I can do actually, I'm just going to level up Yuumi Q. I can press F1 to F7 for keys bound to Yuumi. Remember, this keyboard is only connected to the server system, but I'm going to be activating abilities on the client system. So F2 is going to be my W, and I'm currently hovered over Caitlin. So when I press it, I move over to Caitlin. So now I'm going to be using my mouse. Just move Caitlin. Oh, this works best if both systems are in locked camera. There we go. So now, let's see if I can get a wider angle view. Just gonna walk to lane. While I'm walking, I can show you Yuumi Q. So I can press F1 to use Yuumi Q on the client system, and then I can use my cursor to control it. And I can still use abilities on the main system. Well, I don't have to click them, but only have one hand right now to work with. Okay, again, I'm going to use Yuumi Q. Oh man, that's really hard to do with one hand. And then Caitlin Q still works as expected. And then Yuumi Q again. Okay, and we just got Yuumi E. So I'm going to level up both these. And as you can see, when I press F3 on my keyboard, I get healed on Caitlin, because it's activating it on the client system. Okay, so that's just a basic proof of concept. I'm going to come back when I'm level 6, so I can show you Yuumi ult. So I just hit level 6, and there are a few things I want to showcase. First, I'm going to recall. So one thing I forgot to show was that you can also level up abilities on the client system using the traditional control method, where you press control and then the ability you want to level up. So if I want to level up Yuumi Ultimate, I would press control on my keyboard and then F4. And as you can see, it leveled up. And then on Caitlin, traditionally, you would press control R. As you can see, it leveled up. Also, summoner spells work exactly how you'd expect them to. Right now, I'm not bound. I'm going to press W again. Oops, I mean F2. Still kind of confusing. Okay. Now, if I want to get back to lane, I can just TP. Press F on Caitlin. Oops, mouse is not there. There we go. So I'm teleporting. And now that I have Yuumi ult, I'm just going to showcase this. I'm going to walk up to Soraka and then press F4 on my keyboard. Oh. Yikes. Okay, so it did crash again, but again, this is still a work in progress, and I'll be updating it to get rid of all the bugs. I'm going to be ulting on Yuumi now by pressing F4 on my keyboard, and I can exhaust by pressing F6 if I can get into range. Yikes, can't get into range. Really hard to do with one hand. Oh, better heal up. Then again, I'm just going to demo Yuumi Q. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. Again, if you want to have access to the code for this, I'll have my GitHub repository linked in the description below, along with Vanroll's original YouTube video. Okay, yeah, that's about it. Thanks. Bye.